the sixth question says the diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shortest side. If the longer side is 30 meters more than the shortest side, find the sides of the field. Okay guys, so first thing, let's draw a rectangular field so that we get to know pictorially what the question is telling us and what is it asking us, right? So first we'll draw diagonal also. So let's assume its breadth be equal to x meters. Then they're telling the longest side. Okay, the diagonal of rectangular field is 60 meters more. Okay, the diagonal is 60 meters more than the shortest side. Okay, the shortest is going to be the breadth, right? The length is going to be longer than the breadth. So the breadth is going to be the shortest side. If you assume breadth as x, so the diagonal will be x plus 60. And then the longer side, if the longer side is 30 meters, okay, this is the longer side, right? So the longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side. Find the sides of the field. Okay, now we have to find the sides of the field. To find the sides, what we'll do, guys, as I said to you, whenever there is a right triangle, as you know in rectangle, all the four sides are 90 degree, right? Which means here if you see, it forms a right triangle. If this is x, even this is going to be x. If you see here, it forms a right triangle. And as I said to you in the previous lecture one time, whenever right triangle is involved, right, you have to use this Pythagoras theorem. That is, the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. After that, we have to form the that will become a quadratic equation, and then you have to solve for x using the quadratic formula, and then find the value of x. You will get the value of the dimension of the field, right? Now let's apply the formula, that is x plus 60 the whole square equal to x plus 30 the whole square plus x square, right? Here you can write as applying Pythagoras theorem, correct? No, applying Pythagoras theorem. Now let's start opening it. If you open this up, it will become a square plus b square plus 2ab. So it is a square plus 2ab. I'll write first 120x plus 3600 equal to, here it will become x square plus 60x plus 900 plus x square. Getting it, guys? So now I'll do one more thing. I'll bring this entire term towards RHS, or else we have to bring all this term towards LHS, because we want all the terms in one side. Only then quadratic equation will be formed, right? We want all the terms in one side. So we'll bring all these terms one side. It will become, this is x square plus x square will become 2x square. When it comes here, it will become minus 2x square. So it will become x square minus 2x square. It will become minus x square. Getting it, guys? So here it is 120x. When 60x comes here, it will become 120x minus 60x. So remaining will be only 60x. Right? Now if you see, when 900 comes here, it will become 3600 minus 900. It will become equal to how much? 2700. Correct? No. Equal to 0. This will be your formula. And now what we have to do, guys, as we know that in starting itself, if minus is there, we don't like that, right? So we have to multiply the entire equation with minus so that this minus becomes into plus. If you multiply this entire equation with minus, this will become like x square minus 60x minus 2700 equal to 0. Correct? No. Now we will apply the quadratic formula to this equation, right? Or else you can do the splitting with middle term also, since they didn't mention us, right? So let us think which method would be easy. Okay, guys, for this question, no, splitting the middle term method would be easy, because if you take the 60x as minus 90x plus 30x, it will give you minus 60x, and if you multiply them, you will get 2700. Getting it? For this question, splitting the middle term is easy by factorization method. That is splitting the middle term method, right? That's factorization method. That is much easier than applying quadratic formula. Since they didn't give us specifically, we'll use splitting the middle term, guys. Or else you can apply the quadratic formula. Which is the quadratic formula? That is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. If you just put this values, you are going to get the value of x. As simple as that. But I'll do it with splitting the middle term. It will become x square minus 90x plus 30x, right, minus 2700 equal to 0. Now let's take now we'll start taking things common. So x will take in common, x minus 90. So this same thing we have to write it again, right? X minus 90 as I said you, and we have to see here it becomes 30. So this is how we split the terms, and then we'll take this common, and these two terms will put it under one bracket. So x will become equal to 90, and from here x will become equal to minus 30. And guys, can length be in negative? Not possible, right? So we'll just eliminate, we'll just cancel this answer, we won't consider that. So x equal to 90, which means the breadth equal to 90 meters, and which means the length will be equal to 90 plus 30, that is 120 meters, and this hypotenuse will be equal to 90 plus 60, that is 150 meters. Correct? No, that's it guys. They asked us to find the sides of the field. We finally found the sides of the field. As simple as that. Here if you want you can write it at last. Finally B is equal to, in short form I am writing, breadth is equal to 90, length equal to 30 plus 90, that is 120, and hypotenuse is equal to 150 meters, right? 150 meters. That's it guys. Now while move aside, you can take the screenshot. After this, let's go to the 7th question. Okay guys, now let's go to the 7th question. 7th question says the difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Find the two numbers. Okay guys, let's go to the solution. The question is just two lines. It's just two lines, so it's crisp. So they are telling the difference of squares of two numbers is 180. Okay, so the first step is the assumption step. Let the larger number be x, and then let the smaller number be y. Now they are saying the difference of squares, that is larger number square minus smaller number square is 180. Getting it? The square of smaller number is 8 times the larger number. They are also saying that square of smaller number, that is y square is equal to 8x. 8 times the larger number. Getting it? The square of smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Larger number is x. So y square is also equal to 8x. Now they are telling us to find the two numbers. Okay guys, now we'll substitute the value of y square here. That is, we'll make it 8x. Because quadratic equation means it should be of only one equation, only one variable. The entire equation should have either x or y. It can't have both x and y. It's not linear equation in two variable, right? So we need to have two, pair of linear equations. Only then we'll be able to solve. If it's like this, you won't be able to solve. This is the other condition which they have given us to solve it, right? So it is x square minus 8x. We'll substitute this value of y square here. It will become equal to 180. I'll bring the 180 to LHS. It will become minus 180 equal to 0. This is the required quadratic formula guys. Now if you apply, which one? We can either solve it using the splitting the middle term or quadratic formula. By any means you will be getting the answer. Which one will do guys? For this I think I'll do this one, factorization only, because that will be an easy method for this one. So factorization I am applying. X square minus 18x plus 10x will give us minus 8x, and if you multiply them you will get 180. Getting it guys, how I got these two numbers after splitting the middle term? Minus 180 equal to 0. Now I'll start taking common. X minus 18, the same thing you will write it here again, x minus 18. Now you will see what is required, 10. So you will multiply with 10x, right? So this you will write in one bracket, and these two terms you will club it in another bracket, right? Now you will get x as equal to 18, and then one more value of x you will get as minus 10. X you are getting as 18 and minus 10. Now x is the larger number, right? And then this one is the smaller number. So one more thing guys, x cannot be in negative, because if x will become in negative, no, y square will become 8 into minus 10. That time y square will become minus 80. Can a square of any number give you minus 80? It's not possible. So x cannot be negative. We consider only the positive value of x. Now we have to find the value of y, right? To find the value of y, we'll put the value of x in equation, this equation we'll put it. Let's consider equation 1. So substituting the value of x in equation 1, we'll get as 18 square minus y square equal to 180, right? Which means y square will be equal to, we'll take y square this side. It will be 18 square minus 180 gives us y square. Done. Now 18 square, what's the value of 18 square? 18 into 18 is 64. 8 plus 6 is 14 plus 1. So this will become like 4, 12, 324. Getting it? So it is 324 minus 180 equal to y square. So 324 minus 180 is, I'll do it here. 144. So y square equal to 144, which means y equal to root of 144, which is equal to 12. So x equal to 18 and y equal to 12, guys. Getting it? The two numbers are, the larger number is, the larger number is 18 and smaller number is 12. These are the final answers. That's it, guys. So see you guys, what we did actually, we just formulated the given statements, the conditions in the form of formula. After that, what we did, we just substituted it and formed this formula, and then we just expanded it, we just solved it using the factorization method. After that, we found the value of x. After finding the value of x, we got two values of x. One is 18 and minus 10. If you see here, if you put the value of minus 10 over here for y square, that time y square will come as minus 80. Can a square term be 80? Minus 80. A square term will always give a positive value, right? It cannot give a negative value. So we are just going to not consider that. We are just not considering it. We consider only this value of x, and then by substituting this in equation 1, we got the value of y. Y came as root of 144, and root of 144 is 12. So the smaller number is 12 and the larger number is 18. That's it, guys. Now on your side you can take the screenshot. After this, let's go to the 8th question. Okay guys, now let's go to the 8th question. 8th question says, a train travels 360 kilometers at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. Okay guys, so what are they asking the question? They're asking find the speed of the train, which means that's what we are going to assume as the variable which we had to find. That's what, at last what do we find, guys? We find the value of variable. So what it should be equal to? It should be what they have asked in the question. So we are going to let the value of speed of train be equal to x. Let the speed of train be x kilometers per hour, because they are given in hours, right? X kilometers per hour. Done. Now let's look at the condition. And in this type of questions, guys, where speed, distance and time is involved, as I said you, a very important formula of physics will be used, that is speed equal to distance by time, or time equal to distance by speed. This is the formula which we'll be using for this question, guys. They are telling a distance is 360 kilometers, right? So they are telling it took t time to travel 360 kilometers in s speed. Getting it? This is one equation. And one more equation we'll get by, they are saying the speed had been 5 kilometers more. If it was 5 kilometers more, that is for the same distance, this is s, right? If it is 5 km per hour more, the time would have taken 1 hour less. That is, it would have taken t minus 1. Getting it, guys? T minus 1. This is equation 2. Now what we'll do, putting equation 1 in equation 2. That is, this t value will put it here. This is nothing but equal to t, right? So this is also t. So this 360 by s will put it here. Then it will become 360 by s minus 1 equal to 360 by s plus 5. Right? Okay, one thing, guys. The speed we are taking as x, right? So from here I wrote it as s only. So we'll take it as x. Speed of the train we are taking as x. x plus 5 here, and here again x, and here again x. Now what we'll do, guys, now we'll bring we'll bring all the variable term one side and we'll keep this one other side. That time it will become like 360 by x minus 360 by x plus 5 equal to 1. Okay guys, this is the equation. Now what we'll do is, now we'll take 360 in common. If we take 360 in common, what will be inside? Inside it will be 1 by x minus 1 by x plus 5 equal to 1. Now what we'll do, now we'll take the LCM. If we take the LCM, it will become like 360, this 360 into, this will be x plus 5 minus x into x, no, and here into x plus 5, right? So it will become like x plus 5 minus x by x into x plus 5. Getting it, these two will get multiplied equal to 1. Correct now guys? Now what I'll do, now I'll multiply this whole term here. I'll take it, I'll cross multiply it, right? If it is 1 by 1, I'll cross multiply it. That time what will happen? This whole term will go here and this 1 will get multiplied here. Here it will become, okay, this x and x will get cancelled, right? Plus x and minus x is getting cancelled. Here 360 into 5 is 1800. Getting it? 360 into 5 is 1800 equal to, now these two terms will go here. So it will become x into x plus 5. So now I'll do one thing, I'll just shift it. I'll just bring the RHS to LHS and take the RHS to LHS. It's just one of the same. It will become like, now I'll multiply this also. It will become x square plus 5x, right? If you multiply this, it will become x square plus 5x equal to 1800. Now what I'll do, now I'll bring this 1800 to LHS. It will become x square plus 5x minus 1800 equal to 0. Done guys. Now what we'll do? Now we have to find the value of x. So which method shall we adopt? Shall we use splitting the middle term? If we split the middle term, 1800, I'm thinking which table it will come. So there's a method of taking prime factorization and doing, or else we'll use this only guys, we'll use quadratic formula. So x equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a, right? We'll put this values in this formula and see what it will come out to be. So here it will become minus 5 for minus b plus or minus root of b square. What is b square? 25 minus 4ac minus 4 into what is a is 1 and c is 1800 by 2a, that is by 2, right? Here it will become minus 5 plus or minus root over, this is 25, here minus, okay, here minus is there, minus 1800, minus into minus will become plus, so here it will become 25 plus 7200 by 2, so this will become 7225, right? I'll rub and write it here itself, 7225, getting it. Now what is the root of 7226? Just a minute guys, I'll use the calculator here. You have to do it actually. There's a method, right, to find the root. In that method, you will find the root in your exam. Here, since I don't have much time, I'll do it. Okay, it's 85. So here it's 85. So the value of x is x equal to, there are two solutions. One is minus 5 plus 85 by 2. One more solution is minus 5 minus 85 by 2. From here you will get x as equal to 80 by 2, that is 40. From here you will get x as equal to minus 90 by 2, that is minus 45. Getting it guys? You are getting two values of x, one as plus 40 and one more as minus 45. If you see, can the speed of train be negative? It's not possible. So we are just going to ignore this value. We are not going to consider that value. So the speed of the train is 40 km per hour. Here finally you can conclude the speed of the train is 40 km per hour. Getting it guys? As simple as that. Finally we concluded the answer. It's simple guys. Even we have solved an example, very similar example in some example question or in some exercise before. If you had seen that lecture, this question you would have felt it extremely easy. The only difference is that we used this which method? quadratic formula to solve it. Earlier we used some other method, that was factorization method. Yeah, done guys. Now you can take the screenshot. After this, let's go to 9th. Guys, now let's go to the question number 9. Question number 9 says, two water taps together can fill a tank in 9, 3 and 3 by 8 hours. The tap of larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tank separately. Find the time in which each tap can separately fill the tank. Okay guys, the question says there are two tanks. I mean, this one tank and there's two pipes. Getting it? There's two taps of different, different diameters. Two taps of different diameters. One has a larger diameter and one more has a smaller diameter. And if both of them are open together and a tank is kept below it, it takes 3 by 8 hours. Getting it? 9 3 by 8 hours to fill that entire tank if you leave it open. Getting it? Now one more condition they are given is the tap of larger diameter takes 10 hours less than smaller one to fill the tank separately. Now for example, they gave the time, this 9 3 by 8 hours is together. If you keep a tank and above that there are two taps, if you open them both simultaneously, if both are from both the taps, if water is flowing, it's going to take 9 3 by 8. But for example, let's take a same size of tank, one more tank, and open only the larger tap. Okay, then it's going to take 10 hours more. I mean 10 hours less, because larger tap means it's going to give you more water, right, than the smaller tap. The diameter is more, so it's going to take 10 hours less than the time required by the smaller tap to fill that tank. So these are the question guys. So now they said us to find the time which each tap can separately fill the tank. Getting it? Each tap. Now they gave time together, we have to find each separately. So now let's go to the solution. First step is we have to assume, right? So let the time taken to fill the smaller tap to fill by the smaller tap, right? To fill by the smaller tap equal to x hours. Getting it? And let the time taken by the larger tap is going to be equal to x minus 10 hours. Getting it how guys? Because they said the larger tap is going to take 10 hours less time, right? Correct? No, just a minute guys, I have a small doubt. Yeah, it's absolutely correct. X minus 10 hours. Now if it takes x hours, right, to fill the entire tank, in 1 hour how much part of the tank would have filled? The small tank would have filled 1 by x part of the tank in 1 hour. Getting it? That is for x hour it can fill the entire tank. In 1 hour how much it can fill? 1 by x. And in 1 hour how much the large tap can be filled? That is x minus 10. That is 1 by x minus 10. Getting it guys? Equal to, that is the total time they are given. Now we are adding it, right? Now it is the case of both tap left together. Now first we will into a proper fraction. It's in mixed fraction form, right? So this will become like 72, 8 into 9, 72 plus 3, 75 by 8. Getting it guys? So this will be equal to 1 by 75 by 8, because everything we are taking in reciprocal, right? Because we are taking for 1 hour, not the total time. Not the total time and the total hours which is required to fill the tank. We are taking in 1 hour. Getting it? So it's going to be equal to 1 by 75 by 8. 75 by 8, 1 by 75 by 8. Now what will happen? This 75 by 8 will go up. Correct? No. That is, when it goes up, 8 will come here. 75 will be down. Now if you see this guys, we got a quadratic equation. I mean, if you do the simplification, you get a quadratic equation from which you can find the value of x, and then you can find the value of the time taken by the smaller tap. Okay, this question is a bit tricky, I think. Okay, I'll explain you once again. Okay, I'll tell you. There is a tank. Okay, there is a tank and there are two taps from which water are flowing into the tank, and it takes 9 3 by 8 hours to fill that entire tank. when both the taps are open, when from both the taps water is flowing into the tank. It takes 9 hours, and in those two taps, one tap has a larger diameter and one more tap has a smaller diameter. And then they're saying that, okay, this is the first condition, and they're telling, for example, for instance, if you take the empty tank, and if you open only the larger diameter wala tap, getting it, only the larger diameter one tap, if you open that, it will take 10 hours less than how much time it's going to take by the smaller diameter tap to fill the tank. Getting it, guys? Those were the two conditions. From those two conditions, we assume these two variables. Let the time taken by the smaller tap be x. So if it takes x hours, for example, if it takes 20 hours, the time taken by the larger diameter tap is going to be less, right? Because it has larger diameter means more water will flow through the tap, which means it's going to become x minus 10. As they gave, it takes 10 hours less, which means if, for example, the entire tank from smaller tap takes 20 hours to fill, then only with smaller tap, the larger tap is closed now, only with smaller tap it takes 20 hours to fill, then only with the larger tap it's going to take 10 hours to fill because it's larger, right? So it is 20 minus 10 will give you 10. Getting it, guys? This is the two formula, and then this was for filling the entire tank, right? Now we want in 1 hour how much tank would have been filled, how much part of the tank would have filled. So it is 1 by x plus 1 by x minus 10 equal to, and this is the total time, right? That was the total time. We want the time for this filling, that is in 1 hour filling. So it is going to be 8 by 75. You will reciprocate it. Done. Now we have to solve this equation to get the value of x, guys. So we'll start taking the LCM and start solving it. It will become x minus 10 plus x, because here you will multiply x minus 10 and here you will multiply x, and by down it will be x into x minus 10 equal to 8 by 75, right? Now what I'll do, now I can do the cross multiplication and simplify this. Now if I simplify this, this will become like 2x minus 10 by x square minus 10x equal to 8 by 75. Now let's cross multiply it. If you cross multiply it, this will become like, I'll do it here, this will become like 8 into x square minus 10x equal to 75 into 2x minus 10, right? Now I'll start expanding this. This will become like 8x square minus 80x equal to 150x equal to here 150x minus 750. Getting it, guys? Now what I'll do, I'll bring all the terms towards LHS. It will become 8x square, when 150x will come this side, it will become minus 150x, minus 80 minus 150x will become minus 230x, and when this minus comes to LHS, it will come plus 750 equal to 0. So this will be the quadratic equation, guys. So from with this equation you have to find the value of x, right? I'm thinking, so with which numbers, how can we find the value of x, by which method? Can we simplify it? Yes, guys, we can further simplify it. If you divide all the terms at 2, it will get further simplified. Getting it? Bring it to the most simplified form so that it will be a bit easy to solve. This will become 4x square, and this will become 115x plus 375. Correct? No. Now can you further simplify it? No. So here only you can leave it, equal to 0. So this is the equation. So 1 minute, guys. If I multiply these two terms, let me see what it is coming. So that whether, let me see if by factorization method we can solve it, whether it is easy to solve by factorization. Right, just a minute, guys. 20, 0, 28, 30, 33, 12 plus 3, okay, 15, 1500. Okay, so 1500. Now let me think how we can bring out 1500. From splitting, now I multiplied the first term and the last term, guys. After multiplying the first and last term, I got 1500. Getting it? Now we have to split this middle term in such a way that when you multiply them, you should get 1500. Getting it? Okay, it can be like 15 into 10, but it's not possible. 150 into, 15 into 10 is not possible. 15 into 100 it is. So it is like, or we can do 150 into 10, or else 30 into 50. Just a minute guys, give me some time. Okay, 15 into 100, it is possible. Okay, here only it is there. It is minus 115, right? So it is minus 15 minus 100 will give you, if you multiply them, you will get 1500. So the splitting middle term, how will we split them? So one thing I'll do here. Shall I do it here? There's no space actually. Lack of space. Okay, I'll do it here itself. Done. Now, if I split this will become like 4x square minus 100x minus 15x plus 375 equal to 0. I hope it's visible guys. So when I'll take common now, 4x, x minus 25. Here also x minus 25 and minus 15 outside. So it becomes like 4x minus 15 and x minus 25. Now if I take the solution, 4x equal to 15, x equal to 15 by 4. This is one solution. From here you will get x minus 25 equal to 0, x equal to 25 you will get. Okay guys, so you got two solutions, right? So now the thing is, if you take this now, this is nothing but equal to 15 by 4 is 3.75. Correct? No. Now if you take 3.75 and put it here, it will become 3.75 minus 10. The whole quantity overall will become a negative quantity, which means the time taken by a larger tap to fill the tank will become a negative. Can time be negative? The things like time, distance cannot be negative. It can never be negative. So we have to just eliminate this. We'll just consider 25. So the time taken to fill the entire tank only by smaller diameter tap is going to take 25 hours. Getting it guys? And with the larger it's going to take 25. In place of x you put 25. 25 minus 10, that is 15 hours. These are the final solutions guys. At last you can conclude it by saying the time taken to fill the tank with larger diameter tap is equal to 25 hours, right? Is 25 hours, and the time taken to fill the tank with smaller diameter is equal to 15 hours. That's it guys, that was your conclusion. As simple as that. I hope only this concept part is a bit tough. After this you can simplify by your own, right? Simplification part is quite easy and solving it is also easy. It's simply the splitting the middle term we did. 100 into 15 gives us 1500, which we multiplied the first and the last term. We saw we got 1500, that is 1500. Now we have to split this term in such a way that we get 1500 when you multiply them. As simple as that. Then we splitted it, then we got the answer. We eliminated one because if you substitute the value of that 3.75 here, you're getting negative value of time. Time cannot be negative, so we eliminated that, and then we just took the value of x as 25. And we concluded the question. Only this part might be tough guys, but I have explained this 2 times, so if you didn't understand, watch this video again before from 10 minutes, so you will be able to understand it. That's it guys. Now I'll move aside, you can take the screenshot of this. Let's go to the 10th question. Okay guys, now let's go to question number 10. Question number 10 says, an express train takes 1 hour less than a passenger train to travel 132 kilometers between Mysore and Bangalore. Without taking any consideration the time they stop at intermediate stations. If the average speed of the express train is 11 km more than that of the passenger train, find the average speed of the 2 train. Okay guys, the thing is, there is 2 train, okay, one is passenger train and one more is express train, and they're saying to travel between Mysore and Bangalore, it is 132 kilometers, and the time taken by express train is 1 hour less than the time taken by the passenger train. Now they are telling us to find the time taken by, now they are saying us to find the speed of both the trains. Getting it, guys? So here, first step we have to assume as speed, because they have asked the speed itself. So let's start assuming the speed. So let the speed of passenger train just a minute, guys, be x kilometer per hour, right? Then the speed of express train will be equal to x plus 11 kilometer per hour. Correct now, guys? Because here they are given 11 kilometer per hour more, which means x plus 11 kilometers per hour. Now one more formula which we have to use is, whenever the questions like speed, time and distance comes, always we have to use this formula, right? Speed equal to distance by time, which means time will be equal to distance by speed. This is what we'll be using, guys. They said it will take, okay, for first passenger train, let's write the expression. For passenger train, let it take time t to travel 132 kilometers in x speed per hour. Getting it? Time equal to distance by speed. The distance is 132 kilometers and the speed in which passenger train travels is x kilometer per meter. X kilometer per hour. Right? So this will be the first formula. And for express train, it's going to be t minus 1, because it's going to take 1 hour less. Correct? No, they said t minus 1. They said, where is it? 1 hour less. So it is t minus 1 equal to, the distance is going to be same, right? Whichever train let it be, the distance is going to be same. But the speed of express train is 11 km per hour more. That is x plus 11. Getting it, guys? Now what you will do? Now you will, this value of t is there, right? This you will substitute it here. That's what we have done. I think we have done like 2-3 questions very similar to this question in previous example or exercise itself. So we have to substitute this value of t here. Getting it? In this value of t, in this place of t, we will substitute this t here. That time it will become 132 by x minus 1 equal to 132 by x plus 11. Getting it, guys? Now what I'll do is, I'll bring this term towards LHS, that is the term with x, and I'll take the term 1 to RHS because it's just a numerical term. I'll do it here. So this will become 132 by x. So this, when it comes to LHS, it's going to become minus 132 by x plus 11 equal to, when minus 1 goes to RHS, it will become plus 1. Getting it, guys? So this became our equation now. Now what I'll do is, I'll take 132 in common. If you take 132 in common, what will be remaining inside is 1 by x minus 1 by x plus 11 equal to 1. Getting it, guys? Now here I'll take the LCM. If I take the LCM, it will become into x plus 11 into x, right? So this will become 132 into x plus 11 minus x by x into x plus 11 equal to 1. Correct? This will get multiplied, and here it's the LCM. Here plus x and minus x will get cancelled. Correct? No. And 11 will be left out. Now what I'll do, I'll take this x into x plus 11 to, I'll cross multiply it. Getting it? I'll cross multiply it. That time this will go up here in the other side. So it will become like 132 into 11 is left out here in the numerator equal to, this will go up, this will become x into x plus 11. Correct? No. Now what I'll do, I'll write it here, this equation. So this will become like 1, okay, I'll write this in LHS. This whole term in LHS and this term in the RHS, I'll write here. So this will become like x square plus 11x. When you multiply this, this is going to become like x square plus 11x equal to 132 into 11. 132 into 11. So if you multiply 132 into 11, what it will become? Guys, it will become 132. If you add this, 541. It will become 1452. Getting it? So I'll write the value 1452 instead of 132 into 11. Done. Now what I'll do, I'll bring this 1452 towards LHS. all the terms let it be in the LHS equal to 0. Right, now what we'll do? Now we have to find the roots. Okay, so how shall we find the roots? Okay, now here we'll use this quadratic formula and then find the solution. Quadratic formula is minus b. Okay, I'll write the quadratic formula here. Minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is the quadratic formula, right? So we'll put all these values in this quadratic formula and see. It will become like this plus 11 is there, no? Plus 11 will become minus 11 because it's minus b. Plus or minus root over b square. B square is 121 minus 4 into a into c. A is 1 and c is 1452 by 2a. A is 1, so 2 into 1, that is 2a. Now what we'll do is, okay, so here it is minus 1452. Signs are very important, guys. Those signs, small silly mistake can make the entire question go wrong, right? Now what we'll do is minus 11 plus or minus root over, this becomes like 121, minus into minus becomes plus, 121 plus 1452 into 4. What is 1452 into 4? This you have to do in the multiplication, guys. I don't have any space to do the multiplication here, so I'll just do it in the calculator for now. It becomes 5808 now plus 121. It becomes 5929 by 2a means that is 2. Now I'll do one more thing, guys. I'll find the root of this. It is 77. This root is 77. In your exam, you have to do it in the rough, what is it? Rough column where you do the rough work, right? In that time, in that column, you have to do this. You have to take the root. Here I did in calculation, I got as 77. Just something, right? Let me check it once again. 5929. Yeah, 77. So now two possible values, right? One for plus and one for minus. So it is minus 11 plus 77 by 2 and minus 11 minus 77 by 2. So this will become like 66 by 2, that is 33. Here you will get as x equal to minus 11 minus 77 becomes minus 88. Minus 88 by 4 becomes minus 88 by 2 becomes minus 44. Now guys, can the speed of train be negative? No, not possible. So we'll just eliminate this. So the speed of passenger train will be equal to 33 kilometers per hour and the speed of express train is going to be 33 plus 11, that is 44 kilometers per hour. This is the final solution, guys. At last, here there is no space or else I would have written it. At last you will conclude by saying the speed of passenger train equal to 33 kilometers per hour here and then the speed of express train equal to 44 kilometers per hour. That's it, guys. I hope all the concepts are clear. This was the only concept, guys, and this concept we have studied multiple times in previous exercise or example. Simply you took the value of t, we just assumed the speed of the passenger train to be x and then we formed the time, speed and distance equation for the passenger train and then we formed it for the express train, and this t value of passenger train we put it in the express train t value and then what we got? We got a quadratic equation after simplifying it. So simplification part is important, guys. Don't make any mistake in the simplification part. Right, after that you will take you'll use any method. You can use any method either. Since they didn't specify, right, you have to use specifically quadratic equation method or else factorization method or else completing the square. Since they didn't specify, you can use any method. For this question I felt completing the square method would be, quadratic equation method would be easy. So I applied the quadratic equation and then I found the value of x, that is speed of the train. Now I'll move aside, you can take the screenshot, guys. After this, let's go to the 10th question and the last question of this, 11th question and the last question of this exercise. Okay guys, now let's go to question number 11. Right, the question says sum of the areas of two squares is 468 meters square if the difference of the perimeter is 24 meter. Okay, I didn't write the question fully, I guess. We have to find the sides of the square, I guess. That would be the question. Find the sides of the two squares. Find the sides of the two squares. Right, now let's go to the solution. In solution, if you see, now we have to consider two square, guys. For example, let this be a bigger square and let this one be a smaller square, and this one, the bigger square's side, let us take it as x meter, and the smaller square side be y meters. Getting it? If this is x, all the sides in a square is same, right? It's going to be x everywhere. And if this is y, and all the sides of the square is going to be y meters. Now they said the sum of the areas of two square is 468. Okay, guys. If what is this area? What is the area of this square? It's going to be equal to x square, right? And what is going to be the area of this square? It's going to be equal to y square. The sum of the area, that is x square plus y square, is going to be equal to 468 meter square. The difference of their perimeter is 24. Okay, guys, if one side is x, what is the perimeter of this square? It's going to be 4x. And what is going to be the perimeter of this square? It's going to be equal to 4y. So the perimeter of this square, perimeter equal to 4x, and the perimeter of this square is going to be equal to 4y. And then they said the difference of the perimeter is 24. Okay, which means this is the bigger square, right? And this one is the smaller square. So the difference means it's going to be equal to 4x minus 4y equal to 24. Getting it, guys? Which means, let us do one thing. Let's divide all the terms of this equation with 4. That time it will become x minus y equal to 6. If you divide all the terms with 4, correct? Now if you see, guys, what will y be equal to? Y will be equal to, from here, y will be equal to, if you take y to RHS and bring 6 to LHS, it will become x minus 6. Correct? No, y will become x minus 6. This value of y, which I got as x minus 6, I'll substitute it in this equation. Let's consider this as equation 1 and this one as equation 2. So we will substitute equation 2 in equation 1. That is, in place of y, will be substituting x minus 6. So it will become like x square minus x square plus x minus 6 the whole square equal to 468 meter square. Correct? No, guys. Now let me start expanding this. This will become like x square plus x square minus 2 into a into b, that is the a minus b whole square formula, right? Minus 12x plus 36 equal to 468. Now I'll club the x square term together, that it will become 2x square and minus 12x will be same. And here when 468 comes to LHS, it will become 468 minus 36. This will become like 34. It will become minus 432 equal to 0. Getting it, guys? So this will be your quadratic formula. After doing these many steps, we finally got the quadratic formula, from which we have to find the, what we have to find? We have to find the roots. Only then we'll get the value of x, which will be equal to the sides of the square, right? So which one shall we use? We'll use solving using quadratic formula itself. The quadratic formula is, I'll write it here. It is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Right. So in quadratic formula, minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Correct? No. Now let's start substituting these values into that equation. It will become minus of minus 12 will become 12 plus or minus root over minus 12 square is 144 minus 4ac, 4 into a into c, the whole divided by 2 into 2 because it's 2a. Now if I do this, guys, I'll do it quickly with the calculator. In exam you have to do it step by step, right? Since here it's going to consume a lot of space, again I have to rub it, so I'll do it in calculator. Also, you people know how to take the root, right? It's simple calculation, so I'll directly do it with calculator. Okay, so this becomes like 12 plus or minus root of 3600 by 4. Okay, 3600 root, what is it, guys? It is 60. Root of 3600 is 60. So now you'll get two possible answers, that is 12 plus 60 by 4, or else 12 minus 60 by 4. If you see here guys, if you solve this now, you'll get the answer in minus. Getting it? So this will become like how much? 48. It will become minus 48 by 4. You'll get us minus 12 as the answer. Can the length be in negative? Can the dimension of any square be negative? No, right? So we are just going to ignore it. We are not going to consider it. So this becomes like 72 by 4. So 72 by 4 is equal to 18, right? 72 by 4 is 18, correct? So the length of the larger field is, larger square is 18 meter. Getting it guys? We found the length of the side. And then the length of the smaller side is going to be, if you put the value of x equal to 18 in this equation, you will get y as 18 minus 6, that is 12. So we got the sides of the two square. The side of larger square is 18 and the side of smaller square is 12. So what did we do in this question guys? We just made that, as the given conditions, we made it into mathematical equations with the given conditions. That is, they said the sum of the area of two square is 468. So what is the area of this square? That is x square. And what is the area of this square? We assume to be y square. So the sum of the area means x square plus y square equal to 468. That we got it as first equation. And then they said that the difference of their perimeter is 24. So what is the perimeter of a square guys? It is 4 into the side length of one side, that is 4x for this case and 4y for this case. So 4x minus 4y should give you 24. Like that we wrote it, and then we found the value of, and then we formulated equation 2, and then what we did was, this value of y from equation 2 we got, and then we substituted back into the value of y in equation 1, so that we got entire equation with only x term. That's when it will be called as a quadratic equation, right? We got a quadratic equation and then solved them using the quadratic formula, and then we found the value of x to be equal to 18. We substituted back into equation 2, and then we got the value of y also, that as 18 minus 6, that is 12, right? So that's it guys for this video. This was your last question of the exercise 4.3, right? So now I'll move aside, you can take the screenshot. After this, in the next lecture we'll be starting what topic? It will be I think nature of quadratic roots, right? So that's it for this lectures guys, right? Meet you in the next lecture. Until then, bye. So yeah, one more thing guys, keep practicing few questions, right, so that you people don't forget it. So after this exercise is over, don't stop it here. Take few reference books, practice few questions based upon this concept, and keep doing more word problems guys. Word problems are the place where you might go wrong, or you might end up doing some silly mistake, or you might commit some conceptual error. And also if you do more and more word problems, your conceptual understanding of the question and how to approach the question will be increased. So make sure that you practice more questions, right? So that's it guys. Meet you in the next lecture.